Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we are yapping about the contenders and the pretenders of the NFC playoff race. Right now, we pretty much know who is going to be making the playoffs, aside from maybe the Lions or the Cowboys sneaking in. But their chances are so low, we're going to focus on the main teams that are in the playoff picture right now. Let's go! The biggest surprise in the NFC so far this year is the current 1 seed in the NFL, the Chicago Bears. And wow, this has been one of the surprises of the year. Ben Johnson has changed the city of Chicago. Man, he has changed forever. These Bears fans are like toddlers in a kitchen. They just don't know what to do with themselves. As a Bears fan even stated on Chicago Bears News, Sam Householder stated the biggest win for the Bears in years was so satisfying. The haters are having a hard time responding. Wow. Congrats, Bears fans. But first, let's get into it. This was unexpected to be a number 1 seed. I fully expected a wild card chase, maybe even sneaking in. Ben Johnson is the man. We knew this. And he has changed this team forever. To be the 1st seed, I don't even know if Doctor Strange could think of this reality, if we're going to be honest. I don't. But I love how this team plays. They dominate the line of scrimmage on offense, defense. We'll get to that. The outside zone scheme they run is beautiful. They've been the best running team since their bye week. Throughout the whole year, they're a top 5 unit. And they have weapons everywhere for Ben Johnson to use. They got Loveland, Komet, DJ Moore, O'Dooms, Burden, Zacchaeus, Manungai, Swift. That's a lot of weapons. Dude, and this is his first year, guys. Wow. But we got to talk about the main guy holding them back. Caleb Williams. His inconsistency in his accuracy, his feet, his just mechanics in general, it's going to hold them back. They may lose a playoff game because of this, if we're going to be honest. That is why I believe they are pretenders. I don't think they're going to be able to win a playoff game with the way they're set up. Caleb Williams is just the quarterback that pisses you off because he misses the easy throws, the gimmies. But then he has these plays where you're like, wow, what a throw, Caleb. I need that more consistently. But it's really the difference between 3 points and 7 points. You saw that this past week, and in the playoffs, that just becomes that much more critical. It's true. He's 21st in success rate behind this run game, 14th in EPA per play, so he's average, behind one of the best running games with one of the best offensive coordinators. That's a red flag. I loved Caleb Williams going to college. I don't know who didn't, but this is just insane. But he's not. He's definitely improved, let's be honest. He's not turning the ball over as much. He's not taking these sacks where they're putting him out of field goal range or destroying the drive. He's controlling the offense well for his first year, playing under center more, which he rarely did in college. Probably didn't do it. He didn't do it at all, actually. And his running ability, it's sort of like Lamar. This dude is fast as heck. He's not as shifty, but dude, he is quick. He outruns every defender I've seen. The offense, it's great. Besides, the quarterback is inconsistent. On the defensive side of the ball, Dennis Allen, fresh hire off his head coaching stint with the Saints. He's a DC. Some coaches are just meant to be coordinators. Him and Josh McDaniels are alike. They've forced the most turnovers in the league by 8, which is crazy because they don't force a lot of pressure. But man, they had a very slow start this year on defense. They actually cut their EP in half from the first 6 weeks to the next 7 weeks, going from 23 EPA per play to 13 in the second half of the year for a total of 18, which is good, especially without Jalen Johnson, who just came back this week. But another giant red flag for this team is the pass rush. It's not great. It's horrible. Montez Sweat is, what a waste of money that guy is. They dominated the Eagles, and they recorded 1 QB hit. They don't get to the quarterback. They don't stop the run. And these two things, Caleb Williams' inconsistencies and their defensive line pressure, stopping the run is horrible. And that just doesn't bode well into the playoffs into December. But hey, as long as this running game keeps working, I'm going to look dumb. But this is the reason why I believe the Bears are pretenders. The current number 2 seed and the NFC favorite at this moment is the LA Rams. Man, what a horrible loss on the road that was to the Panthers. Just a total not looking. They just didn't look like the Rams turning over the ball. They still ran the ball well, even though they couldn't do it because they were down so many points. Man, Devontae scores twice, but dude, this has really mixed up the NFC. That number 1 seed is open to all these teams. The NFC West is up for grabs now as they're all tied for the first spot. Rams, Seahawks, and Niners. But the Rams, this is a complete team. We've seen this the whole season. Just this past week, the turnovers were horrible. They had open plays. Stafford wasn't seeing. Stafford was getting protected well. That's the thing too. They had one of the best pass rush success rates against, but they just couldn't. They got bullied. It was that simple. This team got bullied, but they're a veteran team, so I expect them to bounce back. This team is a no doubt contender, 100%. They have everything from top to bottom. Good pass rush. Actually, they don't have the corners, the elite corners and secondary, but their pass rush backs that. They have, on offense, they got Stafford, MVP, Super Bowl winner. They got Devontae. They have Puka. They have 3 tight ends that could get you a catch. Tutu Atwell's going to be back. They have 2 good running backs and a top 5 rushing game. Stafford has a top 10 O-line. He barely gets touched some games. They are stacked. This is an elite team, elite squad. And to remind you guys, they have another top 10 pick next year. Shout out the Falcons. On the defense side of the ball, it gets even better. They're top 5 in the league on almost every single metric besides yards. And who cares about yards? They don't give up any points. They give up the second least amount of points. Right behind the Texans, right in front of the Broncos. This is an elite defense, top 3. They let you get to the red zone, then they don't let you score. If you even move the ball down the field on them. Allowing a 40% conversion rate, just behind the Broncos for a second. They do everything well. But a big issue that's coming around is the injury to Poona Ford. The difference from when he's on the field to when he's not for this rushing defense is night and day. If he's out, he's been hurt, he played hurt last game, was limited snaps. If he's out for an extended period, this team will start losing games. Especially against the Seahawks, the Lions, maybe even the Falcons, dude. Their running game is nasty. This injury is huge. Poona Ford injury, huge. Jared Verse is going to need to step up. Byron Young's going to need to step up. I mean, the team averages a 40% pressure rate. So, they're still good. It's just the rush defense. That's what I'm saying. They got bullied against Panthers. It was the running game. And a lot of these teams in the playoffs have great rushing attacks. Poona Ford needs to be healthy. But overall, just look. This team, the defense is elite. Look at all the advanced metrics. Look at their defensive adjusted value over average. They are top 3, top 5 no matter what. This team is a contender. The current 3rd seed and the team everyone's panicking about the most has to be the Philadelphia Eagles. And man, when I tell you this is a pretender without saying anything, it's a pretender. These are the Super Bowl champs. This is just the definition of a Super Bowl hangover. Have they played a complete win yet this year? They look bad. It just looks like not even there because they're not a dynasty. It just looks like one of those teams at the end of the dynasty where you're like, dang, it's over. It really looks like that, and I don't know why. It's got to be internal coaching. Like they're going through the motions. Really, is what it looks like. AJ Brown can't keep his mouth closed. Devonta Smith's playing fine. They're missing deep balls like crazy, which Jalen Hurts is his best attribute is throwing the ball down the field. He's been missing them most of his career this year. The passing game's stagnant overall. They got to grind for yards. Every time you watch them, they're grinding for yards. Every down is used. Negative plays. How many little flats to Devonta Smith are going to go for 2 yards? Until they stop. I don't know. The running game is a shell of last year. Not Saquon's fault. They're bottom 5 in win rate. Bottom 5 in stuff rate. The only time Saquon's doing anything with the ball is when he's running or catching the ball and running. He's been a receiving back this year, and he's been great at it. But man, I want to watch Saquon kick ass on the run. Even the tush push is getting stopped. You know it's bad when they can't run the tush push successfully. 60% this year, 70%. That is crazy. The worst since it's been used. What was it? When was it implemented? 2020? 2021, something like that. Worst since. Crazy. Now we go to the defense, which is stacked. They've been worse. Literally, they've been worse. It's crazy. They've been worse. They're bottom 5 in every category. Yards, sacks, rushing yards allowed. They are bailing themselves out with good red zone defense, as that's how the Eagles usually find ways to win, is by being extremely efficient, scoring touchdowns on offense, and holding other teams to field goals and fourth down stops and punts. And they've been able to stop them in the red zone, but they haven't been able to put up enough points. They've been giving up too many points. But overall in this defense, the defensive line has failed. Oh my God. Who knew last year it could turn into this? Nolan Smith, bro. Jalen Carter, bro. Where y'all at? You guys can't force... The corners have been fine. But man, they've been injured, and this line, like, this is the worst line I think Eagles fans have seen in a long time. How about the performance last week against the Bears? 300 rushing yards? Man, I watch the Raiders every week, and wow. Just listen to these stats. The Eagles' 2024 sack total, their 4th fewest through 12 games since 1982. This is why Eagles fans are mad. They're allowing 129 rushing yards per game, 4.5 per carry. The worst run defense since 1998. This is blowing my mind. I can't believe my own eyes. The only other time since 1982 that the Eagles were this unproductive, generating sacks and also poor against the run through 12 games was 1993. Until I see a change, the Eagles are a one-and-done pretender. The team that is only in the playoffs because of the division they are in. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This team has been described by injuries, I would say, is a big factor of this team. Not fully knowing what's going on. But I can just tell you right now, this is a pretender. Baker Mayfield has been playing his worst football since joining the Bucs. He's been sporadic, throwing turnovers that he usually does not throw. He's been making plays like he always does, getting through the pocket, pulling stuff out of his butt like crazy, because that's what he does. But the easy stuff has not been there. This offense has not been healthy. They've just got Godwin back. They've been missing Evans throughout the whole year, Godwin throughout the whole year, Bucky throughout the whole year. Bucky returned, Godwin returned. They're going to be huge down the line. Bucky Irving. He's, man, look at this play. But their offense, it's very stagnant. The effect that Liam Cohen has of leaving this team, they're running less screens, less dump-offs. Their explosive plays are cut in half. The Liam Cohen effect is real in Tampa. Their running game has dropped dramatically from what it was last year. Now look at the Jags this year. They're top 5. I'm very surprised by the effect that this has had on this team. Just from top to bottom, the pass blocking's been fine. They've been pretty healthy. Wirfs has been back for a couple weeks now. And Buka has been the separation was not there in the beginning of the year, but the big plays were. Now look at it. The big plays aren't there. They're just grinding through the field. But hey, they got to hold back the Panthers, so that shouldn't be that difficult. On the defensive side of the ball, this team misses tackles from left to right. They do pressure the quarterback a ton. They blitz a lot. They've been injured on defense too. This team has been probably one of the most injured teams in the NFL, if not the most. This defense is good, but not elite. But they could get to that echelon. Jacoby Dean, or Jamel Dean, I think it is. Dean's coming back. Hassan Reddick just returned. Kalijah Kancey's been out. Those are 3 impact players on their defense, if I'm going to be honest. So I expect once they get back, they will be a better unit. And who knows, they could be pushing at the perfect time for the playoffs. They get to the quarterback. They make him get rid of the ball. but they allow a poop ton of yards and points. This team just doesn't have the recipe for a contender whatsoever. The Buccaneers are frauds. Fifth seed currently is the Seattle Seahawks and Sammy Diesel Darnold. This has been an awesome year for the Seahawks. Wow. That offense is firing on all cylinders. Sam Darnold to JSN has been so fun to watch. But let's be honest, this team is a contender. They have it all. Besides a little bit of blocking inconsistencies. They have the weapons. Cooper Kupp, Shaheed, JSN, 3 tight ends who could do a job. Barner, Arroyo. Darnold's been playing great under pressure. That's Darnold. The running backs, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet. What a duo that has been. We are seeing more Kenneth Walker get unloaded, and this offense is just going to keep getting better. This past week, they kind of had a downer because the defense is so great. Let's talk about this defense. Oh my goodness. They just hit on DeMarcus Lawrence. What a signing that's been. He is creating pressures like a madman. The 2 middle defensive tackles, Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, both probably top 5 of their position this year. Stats say it. The film says it. Look at these dudes. They are animals. This defense is so fast. It's just full of athletic freaks. Witherspoon, Woolen have both been playing their best football. Woolen was a trade candidate at the midpoint of the season. And since then, completely flipped. Coaching staff got him locked in, and he's playing the best ball he's played. Witherspoon is Witherspoon. He is a top 5 corner in this league no matter what. This defense is just elite. They force turnovers. Sacks everywhere. They don't let you convert on third down. They don't. They are top 5 in every single statistic. Like, man, this team has everything. They are contenders. The one way I could see this team losing, they're a little older at some positions. Injuries could happen. But also, Sam Darnold. We saw it last year. In the biggest moments of the year, he crumbled like a cookie. He needs to get through that. And this Seahawks team, they have as good as a chance as anybody in the NFC. I really don't know who is going to pull this out in the NFC. These teams, there's some teams that are so good, but you're like, they have issues. They really do. But the Seahawks, contenders. The current 6th seed in the NFC at the moment are the Green Bay Packers. Instantly, this is a contender. They are balanced on offense and on defense. This team is fully stacked. They just are yet to hit on all cylinders. The whole year, they've been playing. The passing offense hasn't looked great. The running offense looks fine. They've been getting it done with Josh Jacobs. Until this last game where Jordan Love said, hop on the back. I'm going to throw some dimes and let everybody know that I'm still that man. He's currently number 1 in EPA per play. He has been elite, efficient. He makes throws that nobody else will try. The Mr. Step Back Fade. Ooh. That he's literally Dirk of quarterbacks, bro. Who fades off their 1 foot nonchalantly half the time they throw it, makes a perfect throw every single time. The arm talent on him is crazy. The offensive line has been playing pretty dang good. Josh Jacobs got hurt last game. He's hopefully going to be fine. He's plays through every injury. Emmanuel Wilson, good backup. As I said, the weapons are great, and they lost Tucker Kraft. Imagine they still had Tucker Kraft. The offense is great. LaFleur is going to keep making great play calls. On the defensive side of the ball, the addition of Micah Parsons has absolutely changed the defense. Who would have known? You got to apply 2 men to Micah Parsons because he is a freak. You can't stop him with 1 person. And it's just benefiting everybody else on the defensive line. From DT to the other edge to the linebackers. Quay Walker has been playing his butt off this year, and he's going to be a free agent. The Xavier McKinney. Not as many turnovers forced as last year. He's still playing so good. Keyshawn Nixon. God, Nixon, bro. Former Raider fan. He makes me so mad, but he's a stud. He's a good player. But the Packers, they're elite in every aspect of the game. Top category every single defensive metric. These NFC defenses are pretty dang stacked. The Packers are contenders. Holding the final spot in the NFC are the SF 49ers. And man, the Niners are a team that you probably don't want to play in November, even though they've dealt with some of the most injuries in the league, like some of these other teams. The Bucks. But the offense is pretty healthy, aside from Brandon Ayuk, who's just a diva. It's pretty typical from a wide receiver one in the NFL nowadays. But they got Kittle back. Juwan's back. Juwan and Kittle both made big plays this past weekend. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is impossible to stop, you could say. It's possible to get the ball out of his hands. No one's been able to do it, so I think it's impossible. The offensive line is average. I'd say Brock Purdy definitely helps them look better in the way he evades pressure. This past week, it was against the Browns, one of the best D-lines in the league. They gave up 15 pressures, which is fine. Trent Williams was getting cooked. Hey, it's the best defense in the league. So there's a plus there. When it comes to the defense, this is where I still need to see them be tested because they have been playing great. Top 5 levels as of late. But that's the thing. They haven't played the best comp. They played the Panthers, Browns. Let me see what else they played real quick. Played the Panthers, they played the Browns, the Cardinals, the Rams put 40 on them, the Giants put 30 on them, the Texans put 30 on them. So I really need to see these next couple games against the Colts. They got the Bears coming up. They got the Seahawks coming up. If this defense plays good, like they did this past week, they got sacks, they got to the quarterback, it was Shadur. Those sacks were on Shadur, not the offensive line. Go look at it. Shadur is just, he sits in the pocket way too long. But I need to see this Niners team against good competition because this offense could beat anybody. Any one of these teams, they can outscore anybody. This offense is elite, and it's not fully clicking yet. Ricky Pearsall, where's he even? He's still looking for his targets, man. Let him eat a little bit. Come on. Dang. But the defense, I want to see a challenge until, like, as of now, they are contenders. The Niners can win a couple games in the playoffs. Robert Saleh has changed this defense. Robert Saleh should be getting hired somewhere next year. He is just a genius defensive mind, and players love to play for him. You see the passion out there that he brings. Yeah, but he gets hype. Coaches like that get me fired up. Special teams for the Niners has been an improvement. They've gotten a couple of touchdowns because of Sky Moore. Chiefs bust. Let's go. Screw the Chiefs. Sky Moore's been one of the best returners in the league, giving Christian McCaffrey 2, 1-yard touchdowns off opening drives. Just from a kickoff, punt return. Their special teams has improved. Pinero, compared to Moody last year, the Niners team has improved. They are contenders. I am excited to see these next couple games. It could change. That's a wrap. Let me know who the contenders are, who the pretenders are, who is going to be the number 1 seed at the end of the day. As of right now, I'm going to go with the team that's been playing the best football as of late, and that is the Seattle Seahawks. Besides that Sam Darnold 4-interception game, they've been playing the best football. The Seahawks are going to be the number 1 seed. But still, that's the thing. These teams play each other so much in these last 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It's anybody's. Whoever it gets hot is going to win the number 1 seed. I'll see y'all boys tomorrow.